Hello, I'm Henk Ovink, Special Envoy for International Water Affairs for the Kingdom of the Netherlands. I would like to thank Prime Minister Al-Hamidi and the Minister of Water Resources, Mahdi Rashid Mahdi, for organizing the very first Baghdad International Water Conference. And we're proud that His Excellency the Minister is even an alumnus from our very own IHE Delft Institute for Water Education in the Netherlands. This conference is a landmark event for Iraq, and we hope it will be the starting point of many more conferences to come, but most importantly of increased cooperation on water with and within Iraq. Because the water situation in Iraq is strained, challenges related to water quantity and quality are numerous and complex. Water flow from the Euphrates and Tigris rivers together provide up to 98% of Iraq's water supply has decreased by 30% since the 80s and is expected to shrink to a further 50% by 2030. By 2025, overall water supply is predicted to decrease by up to 60% compared to 2015. Reduced water flow in both rivers is the result of decreases in rainfall, the construction of dams, increased water abstractions, heavy water use by the oil industry, and the impacts of war and conflict on water infrastructure. The conflict over water amongst the local communities in and between the Iraqi provinces poses a threat to security and stability in the future. Yet Iraq is not alone in that. If you look at the planet, so much of that is water, 70%, but water is scarce. We can only use 0.4% of all the water on Earth. And it is a big risk for food and food security, for social and economic development, for urbanization and urban development. We know with climate change extremes become more extreme, such as heavy rainfalls and floods, but also longer periods of drought. And the growing demand for water in agriculture makes water one of the biggest crises in the world. But I believe, traveling and working around the world, working with all different types of stakeholders and partners, that by working together and sharing knowledge, we can overcome future challenges and achieve water sustainability in the MENA region, in Iraq and in the world. So I can wholeheartedly underscore this conference's mottos. Exchange experience to the exchange scientific global expertise in the water sector and modern relevant technologies. And social awareness to create an interactive social awareness in order to save water and rationalize its uses. In order to achieve this, we really need to work together with everybody. And with everybody, I mean government officials, local communities, academic, NGOs, private sector, and also IFIs. Water is fundamental to the economy and to the private sector. And quoting the much revered white paper of this government, economic diversification and private sector development will be key to create new opportunities for Iraqi citizens. Most importantly, for the 700,000 young Iraqis entering the labor market each year. We see that the Iraqi agriculture sector holds real great potential for private sector development, facilitating investment and job creation. Yet the agriculture sector is responsible for 75% of the water use in Iraq. Thus, to invest in the economy, we must invest in water. The Dutch know a thing or two about water. Given that more than a quarter of our land finds itself below sea level, next to dealing with too much water for centuries, the Netherlands is also recently experiencing droughts to which we need to adapt. We do this by working together with all stakeholders. And did you know that despite being a small country, the Netherlands is the second biggest food exporter in the world? Our international water ambition is sufficient access to water and improved resiliency with less damage worldwide. In Iraq, we aim to contribute to that way by focusing on the link between water, agriculture and the economy. We do so by working for capacity building and training of farmers in innovative irrigation techniques, for example, so that harvests can be increased and farmers can become more competitive businesses on the Iraqi market. By sharing knowledge with universities, but also with government officials through water institutes like IHE Delft in the Netherlands, for example, and by providing an environment for research and development to make it future-proof. but sometimes also more simply by working on the ground with UNICEF and UNDP to improve the drinking water supply for Basrawi citizens, because we need a sustainable water supply and water management for economic and social development and stability. Your Excellency, Prime Minister, Your Excellency, Minister of Water Resources, thank you again for organizing this conference. We look forward to being part of the community that this conference will hopefully foster, and to continue to cooperate in the future. Because water has the capacity to destruct, but also has the capacity to connect. Thank you.